Hi, I'm Dara Halpin, the founder of Sheela, and you are really welcome to our YouTube channel. At Sheela, we're on a mission to empower you to take care of your pelvic floor health. In today's video, I've got a really simple 5-minute pelvic floor routine that's just brilliant for a movement break from your desk at work. It's going to be all in standing, so you don't need any special clothes or equipment to do it. And it's going to really help you just reconnect, energize those muscles a little bit anytime during your day. Let's get started. So we're going to start today's routine with a little bit of pelvic floor stretching and releasing. Always a good idea to start your pelvic floor routines with a stretch and release because a lot of us are very unconscious of how much tension we're holding in the pelvic floor area. So this one's really simple. Just do a little loose march, and that will give you where your feet are comfortably hip distance apart. Make sure your pelvis is tucked in underneath you, not sticking out to the back or tucked too much under at the front, nice and neutral in the middle. I'm going to start with a gentle hip rotation. So start this really small, really gently. And what you're just tuning into is any places that feel a little bit stuck. So gently one way, keep it small, and then the other. You'll notice that your pelvic floor muscles are squeezing as you come forward and releasing as you tilt back. Switch directions again, and this time magnify the movement a little. Let it be bigger. Squeeze a little bit more as you come forward. And release as you go back. Change direction. This is the bigger circle now. Going one way, squeezing as you come forward, releasing as you go back. That's great. Now we're going to let that go. Do your march again just to reset your feet. We're going to move into a little roll down. This is a nice relax for the spine and just helps make sure your posture is nice and tall as we work standing up. So take a deep breath in, relax the pelvic floor muscles. Slowly tilt your chin to your chest, and you're going to let the weight of your head carry that head forward. Make sure the knees are loose, not locked. The weight of your arms and your head is slowly pulling you down. You can bend your knees here as much as you need to, as much as feels comfortable. Doesn't matter if you touch the floor, doesn't matter how far down you go. This is just about enjoying that stretch in your back, across the lower back here as we reach as low as we're going to go. So deep breath in at the bottom, and as we exhale, bend the knees, squeeze the pelvic floor muscles, tuck the pelvis underneath you, send your bum down towards the ground, and slowly, one vertebra at a time, we'll roll back up to standing. Lovely. Just give that a little gentle shake out. Now, the next thing we're going to do is a little squat. Again, if you need to remind yourself of hip distance apart, do a gentle march. When we squat for the pelvic floor, it's not about how low you go, it's about how much you sustain the pelvic floor squeeze. We want to sustain that squeeze all the way down and all the way back up. You can put your arms out in front if that helps you. You can send your bum backwards, bend your knees, squeeze your pelvic floor muscles and exhale as you go down. Here we go. Breathe in, relax the pelvic floor and the tummy. Breathe out, engage pelvic floor, engage stomach muscles. Keep breathing out, squeezing. And back up. These are slow squats. We're only going to do a few. Breathe in, relax, and exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor. Relax at the top. One more. Breathe in. Squeeze as you exhale and go down. And come back up again. Great. Next we're going to go into a quad stretch. Balancing postures are excellent for the core and the pelvic floor. They really help you work on your alignment, making sure that pelvis is nice and neutral in a line with your rib cage. So, whichever foot you choose, move your weight into that one foot. Make sure your pelvis is tucked in, so you're drawing up a little bit in those tummy muscles and pelvic floor at the front. You're going to slowly lift your foot off the floor. If you can, grab the foot behind you. Now you can use a chair or a wall for this if you like, but you are working towards standing comfortably on one leg. Bring your knees as close together as you can. You'll feel a lovely stretch across that quad muscle. And if you're really wobbly, just see can you engage a little bit more in the pelvic floor and the lower core muscles there. If you wobble, that's fine. Just come out of it and go back in. We're aiming to hold here for 30 seconds on each side. I was reading a really interesting book about markers of aging. One of the big markers of aging is how good you are, how long you can stand on one leg. It's an excellent practice. We'll just move our weight to the other leg now. Release. Do any shaking you need to just to reset and move into the other side. So being able to balance on one leg means that we're less prone to falling as we age. And that is one of the biggest indicators of how long our lives are going to be. So they reckon that people in their 40s should be able to stand on their legs, one leg, for 45 seconds. And if you're more than 50, it goes down, so it moves down to about 40 seconds. But if you can't stand on one leg for that long, you need to practice. Just engaging those muscles gently as much as you need to keep as steady as you want. Brilliant. Now we're going to move into some heel raises. It's a really simple exercise. We're just going to move up and down on our toes, moving our weight into the front of our feet, lifting our heels off the ground and coming back down. But for pelvic floor activation, you want to exhale as you go up. So breathe in, release. And exhale, lift and down. Breathe in, exhale. So exhale as you go up and down and then release. Release, breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Let's do 5 more of those. Here we go. Again, good posture is really going to help you here. Be aware of what your pelvis position is like. Don't too far forward or too far back. Nice and neutral in the middle. Fantastic. I'm going to do another hip rotation now. You can take it a bit wider if you like. You can do figure eights. Do whatever your body feels it needs here. Just work out any kinks that might be in the hips or the pelvic floor. Nice big circles. Just make it your own here. Brilliant. Last thing we're going to do before we do a final roll down is a side leg lift. So hands on your hips here. Pelvis nice and in line with your ribs. Not forward or backwards. Just nice and in neutral. So breathe in, relax the pelvic floor. Then as you breathe out, lift one leg to the side. 10 times each side. Breathe in, release. Do the other side. Well done. Doesn't matter if you wobble all over the place here. The point is to challenge the muscles and ask them to work a little bit harder for you. Lots of people have imbalances between one side of the pelvic floor and another. Exercises like that are really good for working out those kinds of kinks. Finally, we're going to do another roll down. This one should be easier than it was at the beginning. Knees released, nice and loose. Breathe in, relax the pelvic floor and the tummy muscles. And as you exhale, chin to chest, arms leaning down towards the floor. Knees nice and loose. Enjoy and take an extra breath in. Anywhere you feel tension, send the breath to that area to gently expand and release it. When you're ready, big breath in, release. Exhale, bend the knees, engage the pelvic floor muscles, send the bum towards the floor, gradually working up through the spine. And lastly, the chin comes up, back to standing. That's it for this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed working with us, and I really hope you learned a few new tips and tricks that you can use to help you support your pelvic floor health. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us continue making helpful and useful content for you. That's it from me. I'll see you next time.